welcome back to my channel. My name is Nicole. Welcome if you're new here. Had an itchy back there, so just wanted to come on here and give you guys a trigger warning for this one. It's not really scary, it's just a bunch of ghost towns. However, they could be creepy due to paranormal. However, the viewer discretion is advised and a trigger warning. If you are a little disturbed, don't forget to shut this video off and go watch something happy. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so the first one is Mountain Park near Catamount. So there is a scenic route to Jasper south of Highway 16, which is unknown to many and which brings you through the once bustling coal towns of Alberta. When traveling west towards Jasper, there is an exit onto foresty Trunk Road just beyond Edson. The road takes you through spectacular foothill landscapes into towns such as Coalspur, Merkel, and Catamount. Catamount sits in a large valley beyond the Watson Creek Provincial Recreation, a park, beautiful picnic spot. Catamount is inhabited and has general store among the residents, but beyond the Catamount is Canada's most elevated cemetery at the former site of Mountain Park. So I will share pictures as well. The gravestones, white picket. So basically, what it shows and it describes that the gravestones. There's gravestones. There's white picketing fence in the remote quiet of a graveyard. I'll create a spooky effect at the top of the hill. Okay, number 2 is Town of Frank. Many years ago in 1903, tragedy struck the mining town of Frank in southern Alberta. A landslide created by the nearby Turtle Mountain destroyed the town, burying all who lived there. While no buildings remain, there are still 30 million or so cubic feet of rock scattered across the former town site. The interpretive center is open Tuesdays to Sunday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. and allows you to follow a boardwalk trail alongside the rubble. This could easily be considered one of the eeriest places to visit in Alberta. Other pieces of mining history are located along the Crow's Nest Pass near Franklin, like the Leech Coulier Provincial Historic Site, the ruins of a coal procession plant, or the Belouve underground mine. Okay, again I'll show a picture of what it looks like. Next is the Etsicombe. It's along Alberta's southern Highway 61 are a few abandoned town sites and ghost towns, including the historic windmills of Etsicombe. Visit Etsicombe Museum and Canadian Historic Windmill Interpretive Center when open. When the museum is closed, which is Labor Day and Victoria Day weekend, you can still see these well-preserved windmills as it's outdoors for all to see, basically. Okay, I would love to go see a true windmill. I did in Mykonos and I was in Greece, and they were really neat. Although the wind wasn't working, so it wasn't working. If that's how that works. So more of it is as you travel north of the town on Highway 885, a few roadside cemeteries will pop up in the vast fields for a picnic spot, somewhere to stretch your legs, or you could head northeast towards the Red Rock Coulee natural area. Cool. That was just a little extra tidbit there. So this one here, number 4, is Rowley. Has stayed alive due to a dedicated volunteers and successful fundraisers. From these, the remaining people who live here have been able to keep the historic buildings around Rowley. Many standing buildings, barns, and grain elevators are shuttered, giving it the feeling of an abandoned town. So the fundraiser are held during the summer and welcome all visitors and nearby campers to help support the cause. And then you can stroll through Rowley on your way to or from Drumheller and make a stop at Dry Island Buffalo Jump. The park and viewpoint are an excellent place for bird watching, as you could spot up to 150 different species. That's cool. And I'm sure you could get the Rowley Who He Is on YouTube, it looks like. And I guess you could learn more about the fundraiser through that way. This one here is in Banff. So number 5, Bankhead, Banff. As the site of a former coal town in the Rockies, you can expect spooky ghost town vibes along with some great and unique views. There are bankhead interpretive trails around the site with many remnants of the town and coal equipment you can photograph, explore, and just admire as the forest overtakes the structures. Bankhead is on the way to Lake Minnewanka, as well, home to its own underwater ghost town. Technically, the underwater town is a ghost resort built on the lake shores in 1886 until flooding under 98 feet of water in 1941. Even if you're not a scuba diver, a visit to the lake shores of after Bankhead and envisioning underwater ghosts are enough creepy vibes for one trip. Yeah, true. Looks cool though. They have an Instagram. It's called Travel Blog Under Lady. So I'll probably add this to the description so you could go read it yourself. Go check out the sites, and you know, if you ever wanted to take a visit to anywhere in Alberta, I'm sure there's lots to see. This one here is Conkerville. There are several wooden structures still standing to the mark of the site of the former Conkerville. This helps make a walk through the abandoned town extra creepy along with the surrounding dying forest. The Maybell area ghost town is spread out quite far between some of the structures, as this is all former farmland, so you can get some great photography with a lot of exercise. You can easily combine this stop with a stop at the Edsacombe windmills in the ghost town of Nemiskam. This also means that the Red Rock Coulee is a short drive away from the Conkerville as well. On a clear day, you may be able to catch the Rockies in the western distance too. Excuse me. Next one, as we were talking about, Nemiskam. The abandoned site of Nemiskam ghost town is on Highway 61, the Red Coat Trail in the 40-mile country, while Conkerville and Edsacombe. You can reach the site by turning north at the town cemetery on the site of the road, and you'll notice a group of boarded off buildings. This is the closest ghost town to Tabor and could be a place to stop and stretch your legs. So that was the last one? No. Old Bessenson town site is an operational hamlet at the moment, but the former site of the town is just 12 kilometers southeast of here. The settlement was a bit of a mistake, as the man who first came here anticipated a rail line to run through his settlement. It ran through Grand Prairie instead, eventually rendering this area abandoned. It is now a day-use area and campground under the country of the Grand Prairie and is open until October 15th. So pack a picnic! And then Brule. Okay, so we got only a few more to get through. We got 3 more to get through. Next is the Brule. The small hamlet of Brule on the Athabasca River is home to a few residents today, but behind the modern buildings are the remnants of one of Alberta's many coal towns. Tour throughout the forest to find stone steps and foundations of houses and schools, informational plaques, and a cemetery. Along the road leading into town, and you'll find the Athabasca River and come across several great lookouts and viewpoints. The town is about halfway between Jasper and Hinton, with access from Highway 40, if you know where Highway 40 is. An easy, quick, and family-friendly hike nearby is the Brule Lake Trail, which begins at the Overlander Mountain Lodge. Next one is Fen. The unincorporated area of Fen is directly east of Red Deer between Big Valley and Settler. Highway 56 brings you to a forested part of the prairies, where part of the area is private land, so watch your signs. Blah, blah, blah. The abandoned grain elevator can help mark your location if you continue south on the Highway 56. And of course, you can make a stop at the Dry Island Buffalo Jump Provincial Park and Horse Thief. Honestly, I was hoping for the stories behind the abandoned places. And then, last but not least, is located in Alberta's rolling aspens parklands called Rumsey. It is a short drive from Red Deer and other ghost towns like Fen and Rowley. It is also opposite the highway from the Rumsey Ecological Reserve, where you can hike through the aspens on a different trails. The town existed due to the rails, as many small towns in Alberta did, and began to see a population decline over the late 20th century. The remains of Rumsey include boarded up houses, stores, and a grain elevator, which called to the early 20th century era. And that is the last of my voice. I'm just kidding. No, that's cool. I think these are all great places because they all have a bit of a farmland to them. And, you know, if you're traveling a far amount, because Canada, where I'm from, you gotta drive at least minimum 10 hours to get to the next destination. Minimum. Unless you're going to the States. However, it would be so worth it to see so much, because there's so much different farmland. You could eat lunch, you could pack a picnic with your spouse or your family or whatever it is, and just go and drive there. That'd be so cool. Anyways, that is it. So next one is gonna be in beautiful British Columbia. We're gonna find, I'm sure there's lots of spots there, and then we're gonna do Manitoba, and so on and so forth. You guys have a great rest of your evening. Keep smiling, keep shining. Bye now.